So, here we are again. I've been absent from YouTube for a while, and by way of explaining that, I'll give you the short version. So, a couple of weeks ago, about 2.5 weeks ago, I had surgery. Common thing, I'll be perfectly fine. About a week and a half recovery of that, of course, as normal, and I was feeling better, but not completely, So I ended up going back to the doctor for a follow-up appointment, and I was having complications. Ended up back in the hospital again for a few days, and now for the last few days I've been at home recovering again, and it's going a lot better this time. I feel a lot better, getting back to normal, and I expect to be back to full strength and doing what I do within the next few days, so that's good. Enough about that. One thing I did get done during that time, I put some new strings on the old Fender acoustic here. It's a Fender T-Bucket acoustic I bought a couple of years ago. And normally, on this guitar, I would use these strings here. Ernie Ball Earthwoods. They're good strings. I don't really have any complaints about them. But one day I went to buy those, and they were out of them, and I ended up buying set of these SIT. This is a extra light. It's a 10 set for acoustic, which normally is the gauge that I use. I'd never used these before. I think they came out with these in the early 80s, and I was like 14 years old or whatever at the time, but I had a friend who lived down the street who was older and played in a band, and I remember him getting a set of the SIT strings, put them on his Fender Mustang when they first came out, and he was impressed by the tuning stability, but he said they felt like they kind of had a weird coating on them. They were a little rubbery maybe, and I think he ended up going back to the Fender strings after that. But so I'd never tried these, I guess just because of that. But I put a set on this acoustic. And yeah, the tuning stability is amazing. I mean, you got to figure this company's been around for almost 40 years now. They must be doing something right. So, yeah, I'd actually put the strings on and tuned them up, stretched them in, all that, had them sounding good, and wasn't able to pick the guitar up again for several days. And when I did, it was still tuned right where I left it. It was still perfectly tuned, and so that was pretty impressive right there. The sound is good. They don't have a coating on them. They don't feel rubbery. So like I say, it's been almost 40 years, so I imagine they've improved things quite a bit since then. And but yeah, the tuning stability of these to me is the most impressive thing, and I think the guitar sounds great. They've got great tone. So what I did, I went out and bought a set of these SITs for the electric guitar. My band's got some shows coming up in a few weeks. Thankfully, I'm feeling better. And so I'm going to take these, put them on this Les Paul here, probably about 2 or 3 days before the first show. So they're fresh. And I'll let you know how that goes. I mean, if I can reduce the amount of times that I have to tune when I'm on stage doing a show, I will be very happy. That, just to be able to eliminate some of that, because it seems like there's a lot of it. Normally on the electrics, I use these Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. Every electric guitar in here has got these on them. And like I say, they're good strings. I don't really have any complaints, but if I can use the other strings and they sound just as good, they have a great tuning stability, I might switch to this, to the SITs. Another cool thing about these, and I don't know that you can see that on here, but every set of these for electric comes with an extra free E string and B string in case you break them. Then you've got the extra right there, which is nice because that does happen. I'm not starting over after all that talking. watching the video. I'll be back with more stuff. Now that I'm feeling better, I'll try and catch up on everybody else's stuff that I may have missed in my misery. But thanks for watching. Hit the like for the algorithm. Leave a comment for my soul. And I'll see y'all later.